And I am live talking about movies once again. Today we do a tier list covering the entire third season of Mainstream Movies Review, and I also decided to add some of the movies I did end up watching but not reviewing because these were movies that came out this year. Now, maybe we will have a silent guest that will make up of a very special and unique stream. It will be very different, and that guest maybe will come, but he will be in the chat more than talking and voicing over his thoughts. Anyway, let's get into that big tier list I did with 80 movies. And by design, I decided to have 10 movies per tier. And that will be interesting, I think, to really get into. So let's explain each tier, and we will be kind of fast because a lot of these movies were actually reviewed on the show. So let's get into it. I will actually zoom in a lot more because we like to zoom in that way so it's more clear. So we got in the lower tier, being the F tier, we got terrible movies. You want a raise for the bottom? Here we are during that raise for the bottom. Now, if we start from the right side, these movies are closer to 1 out of 10. And if we go all the way up to the left, it's roughly a 4.5 out of 10. And in the E tier, Echo tier, if we start on the right, it's a 4.5. And if we finish on the left, it's, I believe, a 6.5 or something like that. And it goes up and up and up until we reach what I consider the top tiers. So let's start with this. The Death of Snow White. It's a terrible movie. I think it was made bad in design. So it's kind of interesting to get into it. So here we are with the tier list explanation. And in the F tier, it's really the unwatchable movie crowd. The kind of movies I tell people skip on that if you don't want torture. But if you rewind, if you do enjoy torture, well, you know what to watch now. Screamboat is another terrible horror flick that's really bad by design. Snow White, ironically, is the, well, I won't say the only one because the strangers, they take themselves seriously, but Snow White is one of these movies in the F tier that's terrible by accident because it's not by design like the other two. Like, most of the things in that Snow White movies are just really bad. And it's funny how two Snow White movies ended up being in the failure tier. The next up is Bozo in the Woods, another bad movie by design. Captain Hook, I will be honest with Captain Hook. I don't know if that one was by design or by accident, but that one was really bad. The next up, Spirit Spring, that one was clearly bad by design as well. And we got the Stranger, the new movie that just came out. That one was bad. That was bad. Pray at Night was also kind of bad. And these two movies, they were bad by accident because I don't think anyone involved really said, you know what, we will make a bad movie. I don't think so. I think they thought they had a good project in their hand. And unfortunately, I don't think it was good. The Wedding Banquet, I'm psyched the name. That one was really really bad. It's a comedy. I didn't laugh enough, and the characters were so unbearable. I'm like, why did you make a parody of parodies? It's not a good movie, folks. And we got like I Know What You Did Last Summer, the remake. Because we never have enough remake, do we? So that's the F tier, a group of really outrageously bad movies. Let's get into the Echo tier. The Echo tier is also really bad, to be honest. Like the first tier that's somewhat okay is the D tier, but let's go back to the Echo tier. So the Echo tier, well. We got Holy Ghost. It had an interesting idea, but it's not good. It's another of these bad movies. We got Prom Queen. Um, that's a slasher that's enjoyable at best. We got The Nun, the sequel, that was not so great, but I've seen worse. I mean, there are many other movies in that list that are far worse than that. The Stranger from last year wasn't that great. That's why it is an Echo tier. It's then followed by Straw. So, Tyler Perry has some interesting ideas sometimes, but here it just didn't work for me. The big reveal, spoiler, spoiler. The big reveal of the mom having lost her daughter was really the only thing that was kind of good, but I don't think it justified a movie that long. Maybe a short movie or something like that, but the plot was quite simple. Things comes from bad to worst. The idea was good, but I think the movie itself wasn't that great. Ice Road Vengeance, the sequel to Ice Road. Well, it was far worse than the original. And this is what happens when you just milk out a franchise that has no future. I still know what you did. So that's the sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer, and the sequel is really bad, but that's kind of ironic how better that one is from the remake. Stop with the remake, please. The remake are all so bad. Hell of a Summer. That was a decent, enjoyable movie. Well, not decent. That's actually a bad movie, but that's like that enters the guilty pleasure territory. To be honest, Ice Road was an enjoyable movie. Another simple favor is a movie that ruined the first one. To be honest, because it tried to do what the first one did, but many years later, and it just didn't work because the original was so much better. So now we enter the Delta tier. So the Delta tier is by the end the tier with some enjoyable flicks. We are no longer in the territory of awfulness the way we were for two tier now. Oh, it's working. You can hear the roll.
Yeah, so I think what happened was I was testing stuff out in the settings one day and I hit the system mute button. I didn't think it would actually just mute my microphone for like every site if I did that. I was just muting it for now because there was a bunch of audio coming through and it was annoying. And then I think I just like left it there. It's just
Wow.
that simple. So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
I'm glad to hear about you. Welcome to the show. So now that you're there, I think that's the perfect segue. How does your tier list looks like? I know you haven't seen all of the movies, but I'm curious to see where do you place the one you've seen.
Okay, well, again, I didn't really do the tier list. I didn't. I thought we were gonna like grade them on stream originally, and that was gonna be for people who couldn't show up to it. So I didn't do it. But I mean, if you want me to quickly, though, I can do that. Unless you want to do it like live like this or going through
Perfect.
them.
Well, what have you seen in in these? So I guess we'll start with the Death of Snow White. Have you seen it?
Um, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I think it would be easiest just to, yeah, go step by step because I probably have seen the majority of these. I just need to be kind of told the name, especially since the posters, some of them might not
The
be with the
the Death of
size.
Snow White was do you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what?
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know that. No, I know that one. I'm just saying in general, but yeah, no, I know this
Where
uncooking.
would you place it?
Yeah, definitely. Is there a Z tier? Can we do that?
Let's
Yeah, for
create a Z tier. Let's
yeah
create
for
a Z tier.
for Zegler. Yeah.
No, I was speaking about the other Snow White. We had two Snow White movies.
Yeah. Oh.
I wasn't speaking about the Ziegler one.
Oh yeah, you were speaking about that other one, weren't you? Yeah, that's still Z tier. Honestly, they're both good.
Let's create that Z tier.
Yeah.
Wow. So both Snow White movies we had this year are um I don't know why I can't add a row below. That's
Uh.
weird.
Oh really? I mean, it's just
Oh
right
no,
there.
I can't. I just didn't
Yeah.
see it. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, it does that. Like it keeps you at the screen. You have to like then close it out manually afterwards. So
So let's I fully agree with that. I mean, like these are rock bottom movies. But why a Z tier? Why a Z tier?
just because it's funny, and for Ziegler, yeah,
Streamboat, have you seen that horrendous movie?
yes, that would be Z tier as well if I could, but I'm just leaving those there for the meme. I don't want anything else there. So yeah, F tier. Yeah, that was just out of every single like. If this is the one I'm thinking of, I don't know if it is. I Actually, no, I'm thinking of Mousetrap, I believe. But yeah, I mean, this was garbage as well. But I mean, yeah, Mousetrap out of like all the lazy attempts at like cash grabs when an IP becomes royalty free and they just like try to make something like this and for like a meme movie for people that didn't see. Mousetrap was like easily the worst of them all. It was like literally just like filmed in some guy's like arcade that he owns with like a home theater and boom, and it's like they didn't even put any effort into it. It was hilarious. And then they just like made the shittiest attempts at humor. It's really funny,
Streamboat
but
is the rat that deleted people on a boat to remain YouTube friendly.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, they're all garbage. But I mean, I mean the one. I mean, it all started with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, I believe.
It was bad. I don't know why they created that thing. Or maybe it's because they wanted attention. I don't know. Bozo in the Wood, have you seen that one?
Oh, sorry, they're just delivering my food. What were you saying?
Bozo in the Wood, have you seen that one?
Um. Oh, I have not actually. So yeah, but that just looks and sounds terrible.
It is. So I will basically explain to you in detail without going too long on that one, but it's basically people in the woods with a hunter that's hunting a witch, but it ends up being a clown, and it's really confusing. It's really bad, and it's the same kind of really bad acting, bad like dialogue. Characters are so weird, and it's just like everything about it is just so terrible. And when I started singing it, I was like, you know what, that one belongs there.
Yeah, it
uh,
sounds like one of those films where somebody just goes, "Hey, make it like as random as possible, and that will be good." It sounds like the trend nowadays is like random equals entertaining or funny. It's like just make it random and makes no sense, and it's like that's basically the type of humor today, everything. So it's like people just do that. It's like oh, they gave regular slasher film, but then oh, it turns out that it's actually Jeffrey Epstein in the woods. Oh, it's like whatever. I don't know, some random shit like that. It's like wow, so creative. Not.
have you
Yeah.
seen Captain Hook?
Yeah, I have. dog shit, obviously. Yeah, with these like rip-off, like royalty-free films though that came out though, like again, as I said, it kind of started with at least like popular wise, with been blowing up with the first Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which is what kickstarted that universe are doing now hilariously, which was easily the worst of them all. But I will be honest, the second one though that they made, the second Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, actually not too terrible. They actually listened to, they actually made it at least like a entertainingly bad film and listened to advice and improved on like the effects and everything. So yeah, I
I
know
can't, to
there's
be honest, I can't remember. Like, I've seen both, but I thought they were both as bad.
yeah.
Have you seen Spirit Springs?
Uh, no, I have not. God.
That one is bad. So basically, there's that spring where people get possessed by demons if they go swim in it, and there's that entire sequence with really bad makeup, bad everything. That one of the girls in the group starts slashing the others. It's just bad. Uh,
Hmm.
it it was better than the others previously, but I mean, it's a race for what made it worse. You know,
Yeah,
it's not a true competition there.
yeah. It sounds as bad as Night Swim. Okay.
Night Swim was good. I liked it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's not go there. I can't believe it.
So the next stop is the Strangers Pray at Night.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. There's four Stranger films here. I'm just gonna grade all of them. Yeah, they're all like a 1 out of 10. The first Strangers films. Um, I do not understand why people liked it. It was like advertised as some, oh, it removes all horror cliches and it's like, oh, so realistic. And then I watched and I'm like, it's full of nothing but cliches, like the phone not working and everything else. It has like the worst acting ever. It makes no sense. Every single scene and scare in it is just them going like, oh, they're behind them and now they're not. Oh, and that's literally the entire movie, and it's not realistic at all, and it's cheesy as hell.
Especially one of the four ones. I can't remember which one, but there was one like they were hitting people with cars and like
Yeah, I'll get to those, but yeah, just with like the first one, just yeah, I never understood it, and it wasn't scary, it wasn't well made, it wasn't well acted. It was just terrible and boring. I don't understand why that film got gained a cult following and why they made a franchise out of it. And then the second film, yeah, Pray at Night, terrible. At least a bit more entertainingly bad, but it's still terrible. And then Chapter One and Chapter Two are just pure garbage. Some of the worst films ever. So yeah,
I feel you. Like I mean, the sequels are all like in the F tier for now. But the Wedding Banquet, have you seen that one?
um, the what? Sorry.
The Wedding Banquet, or I can't remember the
Oh, oh, the wedding trial. You mean, or
it came out this year, and we had like um, gay couples planning a fake marriage or something. I've seen it like so long ago. My memory is a bit fuzzy on it. Uh,
oh, I have not seen it, but I'm actually just trying to just like think of what film that even is. Okay, because it says the wedding trial. It says on the poster. I don't know. Either way, I've not seen it, but yeah, that sounds
that's
not the
the Wedding
best.
Banquet.
The
Uh,
wedding, the
I
wedding
will
banquet.
I will send you the link.
Oh, actually, never mind. I just saw it. Okay, yeah, the wedding banquet. I see from. Yeah, I have not. Okay, so
You
no, I have not seen this film yet, but
you don't miss anything.
I mean, it has decent ratings and it has a decent cast, so I don't know. I might see it. might not be too bad. Let me see who directed it. Okay, so the director did Fire Island, which was all right. So I don't know. I might give it a chance. I don't think it's gonna be like great by any means, but
But yeah, I there are worse movies, but it's not so great. So I know what you did last summer. Have you seen that really terrible franchise that's in the same vein as The Stranger?
that's another one they should not have rebooted. And it's like it if you're gonna like reboot that film, at least make it like kind of like scary movie, like a parody thing of itself. Like this is just no, and I think that the type of people who like films like that probably thought Freaky was a good film. I don't know.
The Spirit, the wait, the Holy Ghost. Have
Yeah,
you seen that bad one?
I have not, but it looks like trash. I have seen Prom Queen, The Nun 2, Straw. Yeah, those all deserve to be there. Same thing with Ice Road Vengeance. I can't believe they made another. I shall know what you did. God. Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe you even watched the first Ice Road. Holy shit. Anyway.
I was actually interested. I thought the first one entered the territory of guilty pleasure. I liked it, but the second one, I just cannot forgive it.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the gap
Liam
is big.
Neeson. Yeah, no, like Liam Neeson, like one of those guys who's just like he's not on the level that like Bruce Willis was, and definitely not like Steven Seagal, who was never good in the first place. But he's like one of those actors though who just like in his older years just went on to make like just a bunch of terrible action film projects basically where he's the lead and just stars in a bunch of them and does like two per year, but like a bit better than the other ones like Bruce Willis and Steven Seagal, who just did all that like straight to DVD trash. Um, but yeah, that's basically what he's been doing. I mean, but then he did do that new Naked Gun movie though this year, which was pretty solid. My favorite actor in it though was Paul Walter Hausen. That's how you say his name. I liked him the most in it. But yeah.
Amazing. Well, now we enter the D territory with Annabelle Comes Home. What did you think of that one?
Um, yeah, that was bad. Yeah, with the Annabelle, okay, with the Conjuring films, I'll just sum it up. The first and second, I actually think are good. I like them both. The third one is just boring and dull as hell. I give the first and second a 6 out of 10 each. The third like a 3 out of 10, and then the last one I would give like a 3 or 4 out of 10, where it had moments, but it's just like again dull, same stuff. Not really. It tries to be like old nostalgic with like the characters we grew up with, but it's just like whatever. Ran out of ideas at that point. And with the Annabelle films and other spin-offs, yeah, all the spin-offs are garbage. Besides one of them, there's only one spin-off and one Annabelle film I like, and that's Annabelle Creation, which was by the director of the Shazam films. He understood the assignment. He knew like this is a cheesy whatever sequel to like a spin-off of a horror franchise, and just have fun with it and to do these scares. And it worked. It was actually really entertaining. And the guy has actually done like a lot of short film horror films on YouTube that have gone viral before he's gone into Hollywood. So it's kind of like his bread and butter.
I feel you, and I will say the illustration I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It's much higher. It's one of my favorites in the Conjuring franchise. I also like the first Annabelle. I really liked it. The only Annabelle I could not stand was really Comes Home. I really thought they were thinking the viewer is stupid.
really.
Um,
Wait. You liked the first Annabelle?
yeah,
What did you like about it? Just curious. Because I thought
it's
it
been
was
a long
terrible.
time. I will be honest. I've seen it in September, but I thought that was entertaining and I wasn't bored. I didn't add so many issues with it, and I was just in for the ride. And I think it's mostly because I got so tired with the nun, and I think it's more like I got used to bad stuff, and I see something slightly better than the rest, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like it. That's neat. I
Yeah,
think that's really all I felt about that Annabelle
yeah. Well, I
movie.
mean, I will say there are certain things and like scares and scenes in it that are a bit newer and that I did like, but overall, though, I really thought just the acting in the first Annabelle film and how it was made, it was just all awful, and there really wasn't a point to it. It's basically like the doll was really famous, and in the Conjuring films, and people are like, "Oh, scary dolls are always scared of like weird looking dolls," and trying to make movies out of it, like Chucky and like Dead Silence. So they just then make that, and it's just like the whole premise and story of it is just like the most cliche thing ever, and many other films have already done before, like the Skeleton Key.
Well, again, I thought maybe it's because I was used to bad stuff, but I don't think it's a masterpiece, but it was enjoyable. I liked it overall. That was a fun experience. The next stop is I Know What You Did Last Summer, the original one. I thought it wasn't great, but it was better than like a lot of the other movies we covered up to right now. Um, but we already spoke a bit about that one, so uh,
It's below average. It's
yeah.
not like good by any means, but it's like it's watchable because it knows the assignment is some cheesy, just like a bit comedic, like at the time and very 90s. But yeah,
The Nun is next. So what did you think of both Nun movies?
they were both garbage. I'll give the first they were hyping this film up so much, and because of certain scares from the Conjuring films with it. But yeah, they were just pure trash, pretty much. The first one I'd give like a 1 out of 10. The second one, though, I'd give just slightly higher, maybe like a 1.5, and because there's like two actors that are somewhat decent in it, but yeah, that's it. I believe the
Eh,
actor from Missing, or yeah, Missing was in it, I believe.
Wow, I didn't know. That's funny. Uh, it's funny because I also got it reversed from you. I think I had given the sequel like a 5.5 or so, and the original is 6.5. So
I see.
there's one apart. Um, but again, you remember my weird scaling, and this is what it is. The next up, we already talked about The Stranger, but that's the original, much higher, but still not so great because it remains in D. The Last Rodeo. Have you seen it?
I have, and yeah, just media. It's just one of those films where it's just like safe mediocrity to me. Nothing special at all, and nothing really great at all. And that's kind of like what this director has been throughout his career. His best film is Fried Green Tomatoes, which was good, but mainly because of the actors like Kathy Bates. And yeah, he's just kind of made like safe Hollywood films throughout his career. Yeah,
Queen of Bones.
Queen of Bones. Let me just search that one up to see if I remember. Oh, right, this one. Yeah. Don't know why Martin Freeman was in this, but yeah, this was garbage to me.
Amazing. Anything else to add?
Nope, just completely forgettable.
A
It's
nine for
kind
a nine. That one is interesting. Have you seen it?
let me see, an eye for an eye. Movie. Let me just.
It came out this year.
Um, no, I have. I don't think I have seen it, but I don't know if it's related to the 1996 film or not.
So I will basically sell you very well how bad that movie is. It's like a worse version of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Uh, Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, is it? I don't know if it's like relatable in any way to the 1996 film with the same name, but yeah.
I haven't seen the other one, so I don't know, but that's the best way to frame it. An eye for an eye, it's a worst Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mhm.
Um, The next night always come with Vanessa Kirby.
Um, yeah, I hope Vanessa Kirby got a good paycheck for this. Yeah, this was sad. I wasn't the director. Yeah, he did another film in 2023 called Sharper, and it had a good cast in it, but the film was bad. And this is kind of basically the same thing. This had a good cast in it. I like Vanessa Kirby a lot. I like Jennifer Jason Leigh. I like Julia Fox. It had Eli Roth in it as well, and Randall Park. I don't mind either. Um, yeah, but it's just there's nothing else going for it though, and they had like nothing to work with. So yeah, it was just another mediocre to bad film, really.
The Christie movie with Sydney Sweeney.
Um, yeah, sis. It was a movie. Say it's like I don't know why people think that she's just like some A-lister in Hollywood just because she looks hot. Yeah, she has and she has some potential that I've seen in like certain roles, but overall, she's not a lead in Star. I'm sorry, and outside of maybe like the odd thing that could be good for her,
I
she's
think
definitely
she
not.
was quite good in Echo Valley, but I
I
also
didn't think
enjoyed her
so.
in. I also enjoyed her in Christie, but to say she's an A-lister, I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, she was just like mediocre in this to me, and the film was just like forgettable and not good. But don't blame her for this. So actually, she was not terrible at least, but also I did like the cast in this in other areas. Like it did have Ben Foster in it, who I do like a lot, and Katie O'Brien from remember her from Love Lies Bleed and then The Running Man. So it had like good actors. It's just the director of this film. Yeah, Mike David Bicod. I don't know if you pronounce it. But yeah, he did some good films in the past, and with like actors, like he was one of the first people who, after Robert Pattinson left Twilight, he kind of like helped elevate his career with a film called The Rover, and then he also did like The King with him and Timothy Chalamet. So he has done like films with like good actors in it, but
Is the
he
King worth watching?
it's it's all right. It's like it doesn't have like it's not too memorable and has as much substance. It's really the best way to describe it almost is like if you're like at a drive-in and there's like two or three films on the schedule and you want to see like one really bad, but you have to see one first for the first showing, and then you watch it and you're like, yeah, it's all right. That's basically what it is. It's kind of like a pre-show movie almost. And but yeah, like the actors he works with are really good. Usually, it's just he himself, just as a director in his films, just are not great. They're not great. It's like he tries to be like a James Gray, and he just isn't. He made like The Lost City of Z and Ad Astra.
These movies. Well, welcome, Sean Franklin. Hello there. I hope you are doing fine. Thank you for watching. So, we are now in the last one in the Delta tier, being the Little and Stitch remake. Have you seen it?
Hmm. Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah. This was a disappointment. The director he did Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which I thought was amazing, and he's really good with his animation style, being relatable. I thought this was a perfect mix. Problem is, clearly, he didn't have as much creative control and to do a lot of things. How much I
What's
don't.
what saddened me the most about that one? I really liked the original, and I felt this version was just the worst version of it.
It
And
is. It sucks. It had good aspects and ideas to it, but it's just like there's others that are just terrible, and he clearly just like didn't have as much creative control on it. And there's things like I really like on it. I really do like the designs. And out of all like the horrible Disney remakes, this is one of the better ones by default. I would say it's like this. I would say this, um, the Jungle Book, and then my favorite being Pete's Dragon. But um, yeah, it's just horrible. And that ending, it's like she leaves to go to fucking school. It's like that ruined. That's ruined the entire point of the original about family.
yeah, yeah, that's the most disappointing thing. And it's kind of funny because the sequel, I wasn't the biggest fan of it because I didn't end up watching it, and I was like, you know what? It's a weak sequel, but it could have been worse. And I thought the sequel was better than the remake, and that's telling. um, so yeah, the D tier, the last D tier being Lilo and Stitch remake, that was a 7.5 for me. So it was still kind of good, but nowhere near as good as the original work. So have you seen the sequel of the animated movie?
Um, I have not. Like Disney at this time, around that time, they're basically like making cheap, straight to DVD, lazy animated sequels to all their films, almost all of them. And the few that they didn't, they were in production, they just canceled, such as Dumbo 2. Yeah, this is one of them. Some of them, some of them aren't actually terrible though, which is mostly fluke though. Like I would say, like one of the Cinderella sequels isn't terrible, and some other ones, but that I have seen. But there's at least some good ideas to some of them. But yeah, this one though I have not. This was one of the few I've not seen, so I can't say. I will say though is I actually liked the animated show as a kid. I liked it as a kid growing up. The animated show. I don't know if you ever saw it at all, but that and also the Emperor's New Groove animated show as a kid. I also liked that.
I heard about the show, but I didn't see it. But now that you said it was enjoyable, I may end up giving it a chance, a watch eventually. So the next stop being the Annabelle. So where would you place Annabelle? I placed it in the C, but where would you place the first Annabelle?
Um, I mean, I wouldn't really. I would put it more like there's no E tier, but if there was, I'd put it there.
Okay, well, you basically already said mostly why, but if you want, you can repeat it. And
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, nothing much else to say. Oh, so for the record, again, I did see it when I was a child. That show, I'm just saying I didn't watch it as a child, didn't mind it, but yeah, it probably sucks. Maybe now if I watch it as an adult, but whatever. It, yeah, I mean, yeah, that him film as well. Yeah, so when this was coming out, I thought it was a directed Jordan Peele film. Like the advertisements made it seem that way. Apparently not. He just produced it or whatnot. And yeah, it shows. It was really mediocre. It had good ideas, but yeah, it was really poor in my opinion. And I don't even know if this was like the film that he was advertising with like the werewolf hand or not. But yeah,
what I found very sad about that movie, I enjoyed most of it, but I thought the ending was like the worst thing about it. Like the last few 20-ish minutes, that was dreadful. It felt so over the top and stupid. I stopped believing in it. But yeah, where would you place him?
I would place it in like low C or high D.
Oh, that's very similar to where I placed it. That's interesting. The next up, one battle after another.
Yeah, I would give that a 10 out of 10, and they'll say now that's going to win Best Picture.
Interesting. Why would you say so?
It's just perfect in every way. Like the acting is all spectacular. It's hilarious. Has great dramatic scenes and throw-in scenes. The editing, directing, everything is just incredible. And the action scenes and very relatable with the messages today. And it's just a great, political film as well. It mocks all sides, and it's like a parody of like American stereotypes and their obsession with it. And every person in the film that was violent or resorted to violence, they were basically like killed or jailed at the end of the day. And the people who weren't were the ones that got off easy. So yeah, yeah. So it's a great film, and I really like the execution of all of it. And Paul Thomas Anderson, fantastic. If you haven't seen all of his other films, I would do so. Especially There Will Be Blood. I know. Actually, you did see that one. There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't connect with it so much, but I enjoyed most of it, and that was a fun movie. So I will ask you because you gave it a 10. I'd assume, and I might be wrong on that, but you would give that one S plus, would you?
S plus, yes, yes. If you look at also the rating, the high ratings for it online, and how relatable it is today with the politics going on right now, it's going to win Best Picture. And also the fact that Paul Thomas Anderson still hasn't won an Oscar yet. So I don't see anything else beating it for Best Picture. I'd be surprised if anything else does this year.
Interesting. The next up, Guns Up. Have you seen that one?
Um, Sorry, which one?
Guns Up. So basically, it's a family with the father being a gangster, and uh, there's a shift in power, and he wants to get out, but they don't want him to get out, and it's all guns up.
Um, no, I have not seen it, but it's interesting to see Kevin James of all people doing a role like this, and I also I do like Christina Ricci in it. I do like her, so I'll probably give it a watch, even though the ratings for it are low. I'll give it a chance, maybe, but yeah, I've not seen it yet.
I found it enjoyable. It's no masterpiece. I have low expectation for it, but it's a fun flick. You will have a good time, I think. Um, the next up, the new Running Man that just came out.
Yeah, so this film isn't great. I also think it's overhated, though. I don't get the extreme hate going on for it right now. I think it had great acting all around, a lot of great entertaining scenes, and I did think there was a good style to it at a lot of points, and there was moments that did remind me of Edgar Wright's old style, despite what people said, where it didn't feel like Edgar Wright films at all. Um, yeah, there was a lot that I did like to it. I really think that honestly people are getting a bit too cynical if they call this film terrible. I really don't get that, but there are definitely issues to it where it isn't great, sadly, and it is probably Edgar Wright's weakest or second weakest film today. Mainly the whole final act and with that new character introduced and the execution of it, and when it was obvious that he was lying about killing his family, spoiler alert, and also the editing at a lot of points, especially when he was in the buggy with Michael Cera's character. Just all that is really poor, I would say, and the worst part of it, just kind of the final act and the editing. Yeah, but
Would
I still
you
think this is solid.
would you agree with my thought process where I feel like the Running Man was a worse version of the Long Walk?
I think they're different films, so I don't know about that. I don't also give them similar scores, sort of, but I mean, I would say this is weaker than The Long Walk, which is also something that a lot of people lately have. It went from a film being really praised, and then once it was released on streaming, there were people being more negative about it, which I don't get. Like, I don't think it was perfect, and with the director, but I thought it was still good, and with the actors, so I don't get why they're being so negative with it, but whatever.
Things happens. As of Fate, have you seen that one?
Um, yes, this was a big disappointment for me because I really liked the director's previous films, like Nobody and Hardcore Henry, and this had a solid-looking cast for what it is. It was basically just safe, painfully average film from start to finish. Nothing terrible, nothing great. Just from start to finish, like exactly like a 50%.
Well, interesting. I did like Heads of State. No masterpiece, but fun experience. The next stop, the new Tron that just came out.
Um, yeah, I thought this was terrible. This was I love Nine Inch Nails and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, but they were phoning it in with the musical score in this. It wasn't intriguing at all or memorable. It was terrible, especially compared to the Tron Legacy. Um,
I agree with that.
Jared Leto was horrible in it. I thought. Same thing with like Retta Lee was in it. She was great in Past Lives, but then in this she was just like terrible. I thought the directing was just piss poor. I thought like the cinematography wasn't that good. The villains were shit, and it's just like such a cliche story we've seen many other times. And with oh no, a robot, he wants to be like a human. Oh, it's like we've seen it many times, and it's like then they just like erased Tron Legacy basically, even though that was really solid. I thought and way better. It's like it's bullshit. It's like the only good thing about this film is just the visual effects. That's it. Everything else is just not good.
Where
It's
would you
terrible.
place it?
I place it in an E tier if there was any, but yeah, it's just like it's fucking. I don't get what they were thinking with this, and God, just like there are like no stakes to it either. It's just like so fucking dull and boring. It's like no throwing moments. It's like it felt like they went nowhere, and like the fucking chase scenes and everything else were just pathetic. I'm just like it's just a pathetic film. It was like I I don't get it. It was kind of like
That
uh,
was a movie.
yeah, it was a terrible movie. I'm not never seeing it again. And there are some people online coping so hard with it. But you know what? The biggest crime they did was doing an advertisement with Mr. Beast. That's the biggest crime. Anyway, yeah. Well, we already talked about Conjuring, unless you have more things to say. But
Yeah.
Good Fortune, no. I actually liked a lot. It's nothing special, but it's actually really good. I thought it was really funny and relatable, good messages, good writing, intelligent. I thought the actors, even though the actors are not amazing, with their specific roles in this are used really well and fit really well for it. And it's really good for a directorial debut. And Zid Ansari is a really good comedian. He's done some really good stand-up stuff. He was like canceled, like attempted to get like canceled 10 years ago for literally just like the equivalent of a bad date from some bitch. So, but
Where would you place Good Fortune?
I would place it in like low B. It's a good comedy film. Recommend it for sure.
Interesting. My all I felt about Good Fortune. Well, I enjoyed it, but I thought there were better movies out there. But that was a fun experience overall. I think they were very heavy on the messaging, but hey, it worked. The next up, the Smashing Machine. What did you think of that one?
No, so this is the I don't remember if we've seen all their other films, Uncut Gems and Good Time and others, but yeah, this was unfortunately. I mean, he wasn't doing it with his brother. They kind of split up, which I don't even know now if they're still doing that other film with Adam Sandler anymore. If they kind of canceled it, but um, this is one of their, or at least one of their, the brothers' weakest films to date. Unfortunately, to me, it still I thought was good, and especially because of the performances. Um, I always said that Dwayne Johnson could be a great actor if he actually just tried in projects or tried to do something outside of his fucking garbage blockbusters. And he did here, and he's good. And then he also got cast now for a Martin Scorsese film and the director of director of like Goodfellas, Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, and the one you saw, Killers of the Flower Moon. And then he also got cast recently in what's his name again? It's the director of the wrestler Black Swan, the Whale. He got cast to be in. Oh yeah, and caught stealing. But yeah, I'm blanking on his name for some reason. Oh yeah, Darren Aronofsky. But yeah, he's got cast to be in a film now in production by him. So
Massive movies, what you're talking about right now.
yeah, so I'm glad he's actually trying now, and he probably is after the failure of Black Adam trying to take over the DC universe. I think his ego got like knocked down, and now he decided like come back down to earth. But yeah, he was like the best part of this film, and same with the other actors in it. Um, I've been interested. Okay, the story and just like the emotions and everything. Though it's out of source and it's confusing, and it's just a bit of a mess there, and like what you're supposed to really feel. And also the whole story with the UFC and its temporary ban and the Pride promotion in Japan and the stuff they were doing there, and with the Yakuza, is really interesting and really compelling if you dive deep. And I wish they delved deeper into it more than this, but they didn't. However, I also actually I'll try to maybe pull up a photo of it later, but actually something interesting to say about this. So I went to go see this in theaters, and it was me and only like a group of like older gentlemen behind me, and it ended up being that those were actually the two people that trained the guy in real life that the movie is about, the main character. Yeah, and they told me many things. They said that the story is a lot of this is just bullshit. Basically, the guy in real life, they didn't like him, so they kind of like changed history, and also the guy's friend as well. But yeah, so a lot of this is actually kind of bullshit.
That's
Not,
funny.
yeah, non accurate at all, and basically, um, they said that the one bald trainer though in the film that got like injured while training, they said he's cool though. They love him, but the other two just like yeah, they sold their like company to the UFC and made money, and then I guess lost a lot of it. So now they're working again in Costa Rica. But yeah,
That's interesting. So the next stop, have you seen the movie Sniper: The Last Stand?
Sniper: The Last Stand. No, it sounds horrible, but I don't know.
It was a funny experience. I liked it. That was a fun action flick. Better than Road Vengeance.
Like, what is it kind of about?
So basically, it's a squad that has a mission to stop a weapon, and it's very short and it's a lot action driven. And part of the movie is them training to get ready for that operation. And I won't spoil much if you plan on watching it, but there's a big reveal about the weapon, and it's interesting. And I think the action overall was the best part of that movie. Um, True and true, that movie just goes on a snap. I liked it because I like action flick. I know we are different on that, so maybe you won't like it as much as me, but it's still like only an hour and a half, but it goes by fast.
I see.
The characterization itself wasn't the best, but we have in the final big action piece, we have great moments that really makes the movie worth watching. Um, but yeah,
I
fun
see.
experience.
Also, I sent you a thing on Discord there, but just censoring out my face there. But yeah, that's a photo with them. But yeah, just for proof. But yeah,
Interesting. That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. But
So, the next stop would be Die My Love. Have you seen that one?
yes, I liked it a lot. I don't get the low ratings for this film either.
Me neither. That's
I,
weird.
I would give this an 8 out of 10, or maybe even a 9 out of 10. I thought it was just really intriguing, and the mystery to it that's up for left for interpretation, and just all the dramatic scenes and with all the mental issues that they played perfectly, and with fantastic directing and everything else. Thought it was super well made, and it was also by the director of We Need to Talk About Kevin. So yeah, I don't get the hate for this film at all. I thought it was really
Me
good.
too. You know, it's funny because we talked, my girlfriend and I, after watching it, and I was like, you know what? I think she misunderstood the movie, and I was damn right. So she thought it was a movie about a couple like fixing up the relationship and trying hard to make it work. But I was like, it's a breakup movie. They break up. Like, their relationship is so dysfunctional. It's breaking apart throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, yeah. And there's also a lot of mystery to it, like theories that like she's like a witch or something. Even
Yeah. So, where would you place it? Because you seem to like it probably as much as me, but I don't know. Where would you place Die My Love?
high A tier.
Oh, interesting. And it's funny because we got very similar grade. I also gave Die My Love an 8. I really liked it. More movies like that, please. The next stop is Project MKX.
Hmm.
Have you seen that one?
I don't think so.
So it's about brainwash, and it's a found footage kind of movie. I enjoyed it. That was a fun experience.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes, Miss
I'll have to try.
Sparkle, the call is back. Um, still,
I'll have to
um,
check it out, maybe. But I mean, you haven't. I see you haven't seen Good Boy, have you?
I've good boy. Oh no, actually no, that was on my watch list.
Ah,
How long have you been going for?
like an
Um,
hour.
yeah, almost an hour. We are almost by the end. Not quite there. We still have A, S, and S plus, but we are in the middle of it. What all the background noise? It's a restaurant, I assume. Um,
Yeah, it's somebody just like dropped the napkin
yeah.
container, I think.
So the next movie, the Tron Legacy. What did you think of Tron Legacy?
Um, I thought it was really solid for a sequel to a classic. I believe it was by the director who did Top Gun Maverick and other films like that. Oh yeah, and F1 this year. So yeah, I think it's really solid. I don't get the hate for it at the time, but it got love later on. It's a really shame that then they try to race in it with Tron Ares, and I really think just like Jared Leto, he was such a Tron fanboy, and he said, "I'll fund this film with my cult, but I want to be the lead, and we're racing Tron Legacy." And it's like, okay, fuck you. But anyway,
Let's do it.
yeah, and
So what did you think of the Running Man remake? We already talked about it, but we can go back at it
yeah,
shortly. What did you think of
yeah,
it?
I thought it was solid. I don't get the extreme hate for it. I think it had great acting and a lot of fun scenes, but it definitely has its issues, and it's definitely one of Edgar Wright's weakest films. And I don't get what he was thinking with some things, and especially the final act of it and the editing, I thought were pretty bad. But overall, I would say that the remake of it, I would say, is pretty much equal to the original. I would say.
I haven't seen the original, but I can say I like that remake a lot. That was a fun movie.
The
I
original is
still
good.
think it's a worse version of The Long Walk. They have similar themes and ideas, but The Running Man is enjoyable. That was a fun movie.
Yeah, the
Um,
original is basically with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he it has its charm and it's pretty good and entertaining. But the directing is amateur and with who made it, and it really isn't like faithful to the book whatsoever. It's basically just like another Arnold project at the time when he was big. But yeah, so I would say they're about equal, honestly.
so it only says movie tier. Uh, would you mind telling me what you guys are exactly doing with this tier list?
It's all the
Well,
films he's seen this year, basically.
Not exactly. It's you're very close to it, but it's basically the movies I covered and seen since Mainstream Movie Review Season 2 ended, because that's the end of Mainstream Movie Review Season 3. This is basically the movie I've seen since, I'd say, July slash August. It's mostly July and August movie all the way up to now. So it's like movies I've seen in the last like 3 months.
I see.
Um, and yeah, I've seen too many movies. I'm about to hit 400 movies this year, very soon. Um, the next up, I have a feeling you guys are going to be exact opposite of all the reviews I have watched. Well, actually, there are some places we agree on. There are places we don't agree on, but like "Die My Love" is the perfect example. We almost align, and we also kind of align with the Running Man as well. Um, and I feel like other movies down the pipeline, we will have very similar takes. We'll see how it goes. Um, the next up, well, I also like Tron Legacy, and it looks like Cole liked it as well. So we are very similar on that one as well. The next stop would be Americana. Have you seen that one, Cole?
Yes, pretty bad in my opinion, and Sydney Sweeney sucked in it.
Okay, where would you place it?
I would put it in mid D probably. It had some potential, but I don't know. Honestly, it almost felt like a an AI generated film at points. It's kind of like this one movie I saw, Gunpowder Milkshake. That's what it kind of reminded me of. It was just like somebody put in an AI machine, trying to make something that letterbox people will like, and then they ended up with this. It's just, and it felt just, yeah, I kind of also felt a bit like Drive Away Dolls and other films like that, just unfinished. Yeah, I did not like Cindy Sweeney at all in it. Again, I don't think she's a great actress. I don't understand why people think she's some A-lister just because of her looks. But yeah, and
She's
this film was
hot. She will get job.
basically, and then she basically tried like doing some fucking OnlyFans level shit with the advertisements, which was just cringe. I'm just like, holy. It's like you said, you don't want to be known for that for your looks, but then you do that stuff. It's like okay, just like when she said like, "Oh, I'm not a mega supporter. I don't you don't know my belief. I don't hate you." But then she literally had an Instagram wearing a mega hat and like retweeting, and then she like retweeted something from Ice. It's like okay, you're just I don't even care. I'm not gonna say my opinion, and I'm just gonna say like, your team clearly told you, hey, yeah, you're losing a lot of fans. Why don't you try to like say the opposite now? It's like, God, just like don't try to like lie now or whatever. But yeah, this also reminded me a bit of I don't know if you ever heard of the video game As Dusk Falls, but it reminds me a little bit of that. Say which is better, but yeah.
The next up, have you seen Off the Grid?
Off the grid. Let me see. I think I have. Yes, yeah. So I don't know if this is like I don't remember if this is like a adaptation of a video game or not, but yeah, this was I thought pure garbage. I hated it. This was just horrible direction, acting, cinematography, and yeah, the editing also made my fucking brain bleed. I don't know what this film was even trying to accomplish, but yeah, and it seems like there's always like some action or drama film like this every year about like somebody kind of in the woods, or as the title says, off the grid like this, and they try to turn it into some like action film, or they try to turn it into like a drama where they try to like romanticize being like in the woods and being in poverty like they did with Into the Wild and Nomadland. And yeah, this is just like another one of those, and it's
I like that movie, so I'm surprised you hated it so
wow.
much.
Well,
That
I
was a
mean,
fun experience.
it has like a 4 on IMDb and like a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my, that's a disaster. Where would you place it?
I'd place it an F. Yeah. Um,
Joins the Snow White.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, you also think that Hurry Up Tomorrow is like the best film of all time, so I'm not surprised, bro.
Next up, Annabelle Creation. We talked briefly about the IP, but where would you place Creation?
High C tier, solid film. It knows what it is.
Interesting. Oni don't.
Um, oh, Honey Down. Sorry. Yeah, this is the other film by one of the Coen brothers, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's basically the lesbian drama about people getting off in a cult at some point, and
Yeah. So I don't know how many films you've seen from the Coen brothers outside of
Drive Away Doll and that one are the only two I've seen.
well, you've seen No Country for Old Men, I know.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That one.
that's
I
the
didn't
one.
know that was the Coen brothers.
Yeah, no, that was the one they won Best Picture for. And I think you should go through their filmography. That's another one where, yeah, they're classic. They made so many classic, amazing, great films, and stuff like The Big Lebowski and whatnot. But um, yeah, this was just they separated just like the Safdie brothers did recently, who do their own things. One of them, uh, the other, I forgot the name of it. Let me search it up quickly again. It was called, oh yeah, The Tragedy of Macbeth. Yeah, that was from the other one with Denzel Washington, and I thought it was a great film, really well made. Now the other one, yeah, he made Drive Away Dolls and Honey Don't. And
I could not stand Drive Away Dolls, but I really liked Honey Don't. What did
Yeah,
you think
well,
of Honey Don't?
I thought it was about the same mediocrity, and this, shows which Coen brothers was the better one. That's all I'll say.
Where would you place Honey Don't?
D.
Interesting. Keeper. I'm the only one on earth that liked that movie. Have you seen it? The new us good Perkins.
Oh, okay. Good Perkins, right? I mean, I don't know if you're the only person in the world who likes this one, but yeah, I was. Good Perkins is a interesting guy. His films have a lot of potential, but God, I don't know. It has a lot of potential, his films, but he does just a lot of stupid things technically in them. And it's kind of similar to, I would say, Scott Derrickson with who made the Black Phone and the Conjuring and stuff, and Doctor Strange, where I think both of those guys, they don't understand what their strengths are, and they don't focus and lock them down as much as they should. Now, Longlegs was his best to date, and that was really good, but still had issues in my opinion and was overhyped.
Have you seen The Monkey?
Yeah, the rest speaks for themselves, and yeah, I have seen The Monkey, and it's basically the type of film that I would like a lot if I was a teenager, basically, but now it's just it's decent for what it is, but it has issues. It's not the best at all. And this film is kind of like one of his older films where it's like The Black Coast Daughter, where it's kind of below average. It doesn't do much, but it's kind of.
Where would you place Keeper?
I would say like a low C tier or a high D.
Interesting. The next up, Anemone. Have you seen it?
No, I have not. What is that about?
So I think that could be your kind of stuff. That's a big drama about people, and I will be honest, I was tired, so my brain didn't process movie very well. But it's a drama. I enjoyed it a lot. That's all I remember really. But it's people talking for like almost 2 hours about lots of things, and
Hmm.
that was fun. That's why I think it could be your kind of stuff. Um, I enjoyed it. I thought the music was probably the thing that stick up the most in my mind, and probably my favorite aspect to it because it adds some kind of atmosphere that was very fun. That's the thing I remember the most about that movie. It's not a perfect movie by any means, otherwise I would have remembered a lot more than just people talking and cool music. But that was something. That was an experience. Um, we did talk about Conjuring briefly. So that one is the I think that's the original. I see. Yeah, I think it's the original. The next up would be Toxic Avenger, the new one, the remake. What did you think of Toxic Avenger?
I thought it was really solid, and it did its own thing, and it improves. Obviously, like the original, it's the point of it is it's a parody of films, and it's supposed to be like a bit bad, but it's still really entertaining and in that style for what it is, where it became a classic. But it isn't like a well-made film, though. This one, though, it actually is a well-made film at a lot of points and an improvement. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a better though. It's kind of hard to like do this type of thing and as a remake, but I think it's really solid and did like as good as of a job as it could have done, and with the actors and everything else. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I give this like a low B.
Interesting. I liked it a lot, and that was a fun experience. That was far better than whatever we had seen years ago. Um, the next one, The Long Walk. What did you think of that one?
Yeah, so originally Frank Darabont wanted to do this. He was the director of The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, The Mist. And he also did the first. He also did the first and only good season of The Walking Dead before they then fired him, and then like cheapened the show and made all of his friends want to just leave it, who he brought on for a cheap deal before they fired him and screwed him over. Yeah, he wanted to do this originally, and it probably would have been way better. Instead, they got the director of The Hunger Games. Uh, it's his best film to date, and I say it's really good. Not perfect, and it has room for improvement, like and things that he kind of missed from the book. There were other things where it had to be adapted in a certain way for screen, which I understand and I think it works. Other things I wish kind of did differently, like the way uh, Charlie Plummer's character dies is really poor compared to the book. Like in this one, he stabs himself with a fork, but in the book, he just like rips his vocal cords out with his hands. So
Oof.
yeah, and in the book, it was originally 100, not 50, but I guess they have to shorten it down for this. I get it, but there's some things that are like an improvement though because it was Stephen King's like one of his first books he wrote when he was 19, so there's a lot of issues. And I also don't think Stephen King is the best writer at all to begin with. Like for example, he originally said it's over 4 miles per hour they had to walk or whatever it was, which is way too fast. If you've actually walked or run in your life, 4 per second is way too fast. So that was a good correction. But yeah, there was. I wish the shots were maybe done better. Like if you remember the movie Civil War, really
Oh
like the
yeah.
shots. I really like the shots in that and the war shots and everything and the still shots. I wish it was kind of like done with that, and also with like the character who had the camera, or like another character with a camera, where he kind of like takes still photos like that throughout the film of them, kind of like the one character in Civil War that we see. And there's other improvements in areas, but the main thing though with this film is that it's mainly like it revolves around it's how good the actors are, and luckily they got a bunch of like the best young actors in Hollywood right now, the best up and coming ones, with like Charlie Plummer and many others who I really like, all from great projects. So yeah, they did a fantastic job and absolutely carried this film. Also, I don't know if you know who, or if you remember who Philip Seymour Hoffman is. He
I
was
don't.
in Mission Impossible 3 as the villain, and in other stuff. I mean, you should see a lot of his films. He was like one of the best actors of all time. Yeah, sadly, like died at around 40 in like the 2010s from a drug overdose. But yeah, but his
Wow.
the lead in that in this film is his son Cooper Hoffman. So
That's
yeah,
tragic.
yeah.
So, the next stop would be the remake of How to Train Your Dragon, the one that just came out this summer. What did you think of that?
Uh, well, I appreciate that they got the original guy on board to do it, the original creator of it, and to respect the source material and just kind of know what worked for it. Uh, the casting decisions or whatever, but I do like that. It's to the point though where it's literally just a direct copy, where it's like, what's even the point?
They added a bit more
Yeah,
of the action pieces. I
yeah,
like that
yeah.
aspect.
There were, yeah. I will say is that I also don't understand why Toothless looks like that if the rest of the dragons are super realistic. Unlike the animated film, I guess maybe that's just an artistic choice to stand out, but whatever. But
The
uh,
Sisu movies. What did you think
yeah.
of them?
Uh, Wait, which ones?
The both Sisu, the guy that deletes Nazis.
Oh, I haven't actually seen that movie yet, but yeah, but with the also just How to Train Your Dragon film, I'll just say that it's solid though. It's just like it did things well that you should for a remake and of an animated film, but there's also it does other things where it's like, what's the point? But overall, I would say it's just definitely one of the better ones to date. I'd give like a B, I would say.
Interesting. I liked it more than you, but I feel you. I understand you. Sorry, baby. Have you seen that one?
Let me see.
The lady that found a cat, the
Oh yeah,
teacher.
right. Yes, sorry. Yes, I have seen that. I recommended it to you, I believe. Yeah.
Very
Yes.
possible. What did you think of that one?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I would give that an 8 out of 10. Thought the actors were fantastic in it, and it was a really good story. Uh, I don't know if this is the director's first film or not, but yeah, really liked it.
Where would you place it?
Placed in an A.
Interesting. We place it in the same tier. Um, the next stop, Sight. Have you seen that one?
No, I never heard of that film ever.
Well, it's a sci-fi about a rift in time and people have envision and there's a lot of like nuclear stuff going on. That was interesting. That was a very weird movie. I liked. Weapons. Have you seen that one?
I guess I have seen Weapons. Yeah, that was an excellent film. Uh, if you want to know like my full thoughts on it, I would say I'll link you like a stream to it that I did with someone else maybe afterwards. But I just really love the blend of the horror and comedy.
I
And
will
just
add
the
it to the
characters.
description, so don't forget to send me the link so I
Yeah,
can add it to the
I will,
description.
but yeah, it's just fantastic, and all the actors and very unique in a lot of areas. Especially the younger actor, he did a fantastic job. But yeah, it was by the director of Barbarian. Definitely think this is a lot better. And yeah, it's a fantastic job of it, in my opinion.
I like that movie as well a lot. I wanted to review it at some point. It just slipped up my mind. I believe maybe there's a review. I'm not quite sure. But that was a fun experience that I'm glad I have seen. The next up, Predator Badland. Have you seen that one?
Uh, yeah, so Yeah, I'd say I liked it. It was good. I'm still a little, just the PG-13 rating still throws me off. Didn't like it still, but the action was good. I liked the characters. It was a good Predator film. It was nothing that like stood out in my mind too much, though. I didn't like it as much as other people, I guess.
Have you? Where would you place it in the tier list?
B.
Okay. Next up, if I had legs, I'd kick you. Have you seen that one?
Uh, no, let me actually search it up.
This is a very interesting movie. I enjoyed quite a lot. It reminded me of so many movies. Off the bat, I unfortunately can't remember exactly what movie it reminded me of. Oh yeah, actually, it some aspect reminded me of A Different Man. But I they are two very different movies. But if I had legs, I'd kick you is a very fun drama thriller about someone dealing with psychological issues. It's basically a better version of Straw. It's a very, very fun experience about motherhood. And if you like Die My Love, I think you will like If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You because they are very similar approach to mental illness and that kind of stuff.
Okay,
So
I looked it up. Yeah, okay, it is on my watch list. I just haven't got around to watching it, but yeah, I mean, it's something I've been interested in for a few months. Uh, yeah, so I'll check it out eventually. I forgot that Conan O'Brien was in it. That's interesting.
the next up is Relay. Have you seen that one?
Let me see. Relay.
It's basically a witness of something bad that goes with the firm because she wants to expose them, and then
Right.
she realizes she doesn't want to expose them anymore.
Right, yeah, I have seen this. It was all right for me. My favorite part of it was Riz Ahmed's performance. I liked a lot. And there were certain twists I liked, but yeah, it was not too memorable for me. I don't know. It's just
Where would you place it?
yeah. I'm trying to think. I'd probably say like a high C.
I see. Interesting. Coming next, the Begonia.
Yeah.
Where would you have you seen the new Begonia that just came out?
Yes. Well, I don't know why you say new one, but I mean, have you seen the original?
I didn't.
It's called Save the Green Planet. It's like a Japanese or Korean film. It's worth watching. But yeah, that one is great. I would put it like in an A. But this one, say, was also fantastic. Really loved it, and the performances and story in it did its own thing from the original really well. I would put it in C. It's one of my favorites of the year.
Interesting. Coming next, the original Snow White, the true movie.
Um, yeah, well, I mean, it's a classic, obviously. Sorry, what year does that say? Does that say 19? What?
37.
Okay, I was just making sure that wasn't a typo, but it's just hard to see. But yeah, obviously, it's a classic, and with being that long ago, there are improvements it could have made, but it is from so long ago. They did a fantastic job with the animation and the shot for the time and the voice acting and the messages. And yeah, I can tell that Rachel Zegler didn't watch it when she, yeah, it's like, holy shit.
Where would you place the original, the true Snow White?
I would place it in like a high B to low A. There are better Disney animated films. It isn't the best just because it's like the first, but still have to give credit to it.
Amazing. Until Dawn is the next one. Have you seen that one?
Yes. Um, really bad.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yes, I thought it was really bad, which just
Why
sucks
would you
because
think so?
it just didn't do anything good to me. Like, I like the director kind of, but he did an alright job. But it's just like the cast is so much weaker in this. The cinematography is so much weaker in this and in the game, and it's just like it loses a lot of the point and like the thrills. It's just becomes a cheap horror film and misses the point of it being like a bit of a satire of them in the game. In the video game, did a great job, at least the original, and with also the blue color palette and everything, and omitted the goofiness. But this one just completely loses a lot of it. I don't know if you've actually played the game, but yeah,
I
they
didn't
also
play the game.
yeah, well that says a lot. But yeah, I mean, then they tried to like remaster it a bit or remake it a bit, a new release of it, which they completely ruined it. It's like they got rid of a lot of like the light and style and everything of it, not realizing that it was intentional that way. It was like part of the messaging to it in a lot of areas and with the emotions of the characters because they didn't understand it and just like they didn't understand this one when making the movie. It isn't the worst video game adaptation ever, but yeah, and at the Game Awards, I definitely would not pick it to win. But all five of the nominees are terrible. I can't believe they didn't nominate Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It's like they forgot that came out this year or last year, which is funny. But out of all the nominees, I would say probably Devil May Cry is the best one, but the show, but they're all pretty bad. So yeah.
The where would you place Until Dawn?
Um, Place in D probably.
Interesting. I did like it a lot. It was entertaining, a fast movie that kept surprising me, and I liked how they somewhat defeated the game, and I enjoyed that. That was fun. It took many tries, many failures. It felt earned. I really liked it.
So just
Uh,
cappuccino. Cappuccino. Hot.
the next three, How to Train Your Dragon. Have you seen all three How to Train Your Dragon?
Yes, I have. Oh, sorry. Large. Large.
Which How to Train Your Dragon is your favorite?
Yep, sorry, I was ordering something. My bad. But yeah, I have seen all of them. I would say, yeah, I would say the first one is a classic and an excellent film. I loved it, and growing up, I would give it an S tier, 100%. Really emotional for me. I really like that director's films. I believe he did Lilo and Stitch as well, and then he also, I believe he did The Wild Robot last year. But yeah, and then the second and third one, I would
Yeah.
say are both about the same. They have more issues, but they're still good entries. I'd give them both a B. And yeah, just don't watch the show they made. It's terrible.
Okay, noted. I will pass on that one. Now the next stop, the original Tron in the 80s. What have you seen it?
I have. So there's a lot of like old Tron fans who say, both the remakes suck. Oh, sorry, the sequels suck. This is the only good one. It's a classic and the story's great. And then there's a lot of people saying, "What are you talking about? The story sucks in it. The only good thing was the visuals at the time." And then there's obviously the normies who are like, "Oh, the visuals are so outdated now, so the movie sucks." Yeah, I'm just gonna say you're all wrong in my opinion. I would say the story and the writing and whatnot, and with the characters, is fairly interesting, and for the time, nothing too spectacular at all. Though, as people hype it up to be, it is like lacking in areas, but it's definitely not terrible. And the visuals, I don't care that it has like aged per se. It's still interesting looking at it and the style of it and the artistry of it, which is all that matters.
And where would you place Tron, the original one? S plus S? Where would the Cole place it?
Oh, sorry, they were just burning my drink. My bad. But sorry, and I yeah, sorry. So with the original Tron, as I was saying, yeah, I would say that it is the best Tron film still to date. But I also think Tron Legacy is a very close second. Obviously, we can just ignore Tron Ares. Um, I would put it in high B.
IB. Interesting. Coming next, the original Lilo and Stitch. What did you think of it?
Great film, yeah, excellent. Really liked it, and the family dynamic and the characters and everything. Yeah, I would put it in S tier for sure.
Coming next, Echo Valley. Have you seen that one? Your favorite actress is in it.
Oh god, okay. Echo Valley, I have not. Let me look it up again, just in case.
Sydney Sweeney is in it. That's
Oh
why I was
right.
laughing.
Oh yes, that's why you've seen it, of course. You know what? I have not actually seen this one, but you know what? I think I'm gonna pass on it because it looks terrible.
I liked it. So that's a movie about a substance addict that ruined her life and that wants to ruin her mom's life. So so it's like night always comes, but I'd say better. Um, Now coming next, we have the first Black Phone. Where would have you seen the first Black Phone?
Yeah, I've seen both of them. Um, as
Where
I
would you
said,
place it?
I would place it in high C to low B. So again, I thought it was solid for what it was, and I think that definitely Ethan Hawke did a fantastic job with it, and did a lot with the character, and despite being under a mask, and it's a good premise and everything. Definitely issues with it though, and with like the writing, thought was weak in it, and certain things like as I said, Scott Derrickson, he has some really good strengths, and his movies have very high potential, but it's like he doesn't understand what's works best with them with this and like the Conjuring, where then it's kind of like they drop off a bit for me. And this is another textbook example of that, but it's still solid for what it is. With the second Black Phone, though, I liked a lot more. I still don't think it's great for the same reasons, and it still also has some.
You muted yourself by accident. He muted himself by accident. By accident. I think it's actually his mic for some reason. Oh no, he's
Shit,
back. Can
sorry,
you hear me?
sorry, did I crash out? Sorry, when did I crash out at?
You started speaking about Life Phone 2.
All right, okay, so it was just there. Good, good, okay. But yeah, Black Phone 2, I did like a lot more. It's still not excellent by any means because of some of the same issues for me with it, and with the writing and stuff that he has. But I did like it a lot more, though. It added a lot more to the characters, and I liked the spin on it, and I thought it was like a really unique what he did for a sequel, and it's kind of like a modern day version of like a mix of like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and many other slasher and horror films like that combined into one. That was really unique and good, like genre blend and well acted. Added more to the characters. I feel like still could have added a bit more to certain characters, though they were still lacking, like the father character. I don't understand why there weren't some scenes with him alone at home, dealing with his addiction. But yeah, I thought it was very good though. So yeah, I would give like the first Black film like a high C, and I would give the second one like a mid B. I like the both.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Coming
see that's
next,
your
Caught Stealing.
yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I don't understand once again why it got some low ratings later on when it hit streaming, and I'm sad that it kind of flopped a bit. I Really liked the premise, all the acting, had a great style. Thought it was hilarious, great acting, and great action. Yeah, this was a fantastic film. I just really like these character studies all the time by Darren Aronofsky. And yeah, don't know if you remember what the lead has done before this with Elvis and Doom Part Two.
Yeah, yeah, great actor. I really like that actor.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we also
So
had Zoe Kravitz in it, and
yeah,
I like Zoe Kravitz a lot.
yeah. So I'd put this like high S tier. I would definitely say.
Coming next, Sugar House. Have you seen that one?
I have not actually.
That's a movie about siblings that have struggled because they have a shit dad, and they try to dodge the foster system care because mother died, and it's a very fun experience. I really enjoyed that movie a lot. It's I think that's right down your alley, I think, and um, they have very interesting family dynamic. And
Where were you able to see this, by the way? Because I'm looking at it online. There's only like 62 people on IMDb who have seen it.
on one of my websites, I've used. I can't remember if that was Stream something, or if that was Movie Joy. I think that was Movie Joy actually.
Okay, well, I'll check it out. Yeah, it's like nobody has really seen this movie, so that's weird.
Uh, I've seen it by accident. It was in one of the suggested page of the website I'm using, and I was like, you know what? I will click on it because I want to see as much 2025 movies, and I liked it. Coming next, a simple favor, the original one that came out
Yes.
like 8 years ago. What did you think
Yes.
of it?
It's solid. I like Anna Kendrick in it. It's just probably like one of the better. I don't know if like what really the definition of this type of thing is, but a lot of people like bring up the definition of like chick flick films, that genre. I don't even know like what you define it as, but people put it in that category, and I'm like, okay, but so I guess if you were going to buy that, then it's probably one of the better ones out there. The sequel was really poor, though. That was
It was
bad.
bad. It was horrendous. I hated the sequel, but the original was great.
Yeah, I would give it an high B to low A, but yeah.
And the sequel, where would you place it?
Uh, D.
That's generous. Coming next, Bring Her Back. What did you think of that one?
Um, yeah, that was excellent film. It was even better than their first film. It was, if you remember, it was. Sorry, let me. I'm blanking on the name again. Let me just look it up again. Oh yeah, it was Talk to Me. If you remember that
Oh
film?
yeah, it's. I like Talk to Me, but Bring Her Back was better. I liked
Yeah,
it more.
and yes, was even more of an improvement. Excellent film. Definitely, I'd give it an S tier. I forgot to send you some of the stuff that the directors have done, but yeah, they started out as YouTubers, so should probably link you some of their videos to watch. But yeah, YouTube kept screwing them over though because they did a lot of like gory stuff with like effects, and they got like people who did like Hacksaw Ridge to do it with them. And YouTube then kept like flagging them and striking their channel down, so they've now moved on to filmmaking instead. And they were going to do the Street Fighter film, but they left it because it's a disaster, that production. But they're doing a deathmatch wrestling film or documentary next, which is
Well,
interesting.
that was one of my favorite flick this year. One of the top tier horror flick we had this year. I really liked it a lot. Um, Next up, Winter, Summer, Spring, a new Jenna Ortega movie. Have you seen that one?
Is that the one with Jenna Ortega?
Yeah, like she's in love with some guy, and um, I've seen it so many months ago. I think I've seen it like in June or July. But that's basically a rom com with
Yeah,
Jenna Ortega in it.
yeah. I thought it was not bad, but below average. I guess Multi just really loves Jenna Ortega. So yeah,
Yeah, she's amazing, bro. Bro, she's one of my A lister, like S lister. Like I like her in anything, man.
yeah,
Uh,
I can tell when you like that one film with the weekend in it. Okay, so much. I still can't believe that's your favorite film of all time. That film is like considered the
yeah,
worst movie of the year, and it's your favorite movie of all time.
yeah. I liked it. I will stand by it. I will die on that hill. But winter, summer, spring. Where would you place that one?
I'll say high D tier.
ID tier. Okay, well, thank you for sharing. Now that was the big tier list. Thank you for joining me a lot. So, what do you have going on your end of the internet?
Well, tomorrow is the Game Awards stream, which we'll be doing on Resounce's channel. So if you want to watch that with us, then you can. I don't know if you'll be busy though, but if you want to like hang out in the live chat, then yeah. But
At what time you guys are doing it?
you'll have to look it up. It's just like what it is your time, or no, it's tomorrow. It's going to be around like afternoon or nighttime. For most people, you'll have to like look it up on your time zone. But yeah, we'll just be doing a live stream with that, and we have the panel set and predictions, which I know you sent in yours. So yeah, and then outside of that, I've just been doing like a lot of other writing projects, and I mentioned the one thing in DMs that I was doing with some people for NHK. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to get into that, but yeah, I mean, if you ever, I know you joined the servers, so if you ever want to get into it, then let me know. I can help you out. It's actually really fun hobby to get into. And if you do watch it, then I can actually do some reviews of it on here with you.
Amazing. I will look into it. To be honest, I'm curious. I'm always curious. Anything else?
So,
Well, in my end of the internet, what is going on? Friday political stream. Next week, probably Monday, if you are available, call Game Awards stream. Um, Maybe Wednesday if Monday doesn't work for you. Monday or Wednesday, depending what do you prefer. We do gaming awards stream. Um, Next Tuesday, I will be reviewing Smallville season 9 and 10 on Film and Shows adaptation. And early January, probably the first week of January or the second week, depending when people are available, I will be doing a tier list of 2025 movies, and there's a lot of them. And I will send you the link so you can fill it in if you're interested to join in. So that's really early January. I want it to be done, and that could be very fun to get to. And because I plan on having around 150 movies, we would cover basically the bottom 10 and the top 10, and we would share that with everyone, and we would fly over the middle for honorable mention and such, but we wouldn't be covering in depth the tier list because 150 movie, that's a lot. um, but yeah, that's early January. And mid January, James Bond Daniel Craig era starts on the channel. Anyway, with that being said, thank you a lot, Cole, and we are out.